B.E.T. Y'all been doing some work. I don't know if it was you or Gotti, but the concept for this show is crazy. And I already love it after episode 1. So let's get into this Tales review for episode 1. So this episode was based off of NWA's classic hit F the Police. By now, if you don't know what that song means, then maybe you should look it up so you know what it's all about. So the show starts off with the DA, Brody, who's played by Boris Kudrow, and he's defending a case about yet another kid getting shot by the police. But the twist on this one is that it's not a black kid. He starts off the show and he says, "What would you think if this kid was white?" So the twist on this show was absolutely crazy. We go into like a parallel universe and everything is different. So the kid that got shot was Jaden, and he ended up having an altercation with police. So while he had this altercation, of course things ended up badly and he got shot. So what the police didn't know was that Brody was sitting in his apartment and saw the whole thing. Well, unlike everybody else in the neighborhood, Brody thought it was time for a change. So he decides that he's going to go and testify against the police. Everybody else in the neighborhood thinks it's a bad idea, including his brother, Troy. Now, Troy looks like something that came straight out of Malibu's Most Wanted, but we won't even get into that. So Brody has to wrestle with the decision on whether or not he wants to testify all through the show, which will come up quite often. Well, Brody still goes on. So Brody goes to his job where he works for a man named Bob. Bob is a wealthy black man who lives in a mansion and has all these people working for him. So Bob is also the host of a show on a news network that likes to twist the things and twist stories to fit their narrative, which sounds a little bit like something else we've seen in real life. Bob doesn't really like Brody too much, as you can see from the way that they interact, but Brody obviously likes his wife. So Jenny seems to be concerned so much about what's going on in the jungle, which is where they live. Jenny doesn't really care. I think she's Brody. So Bob is played by Clifton Cow, who you might have seen in a few other movies, but the one I remember him from is The Woman Are Bruce, which I'm still not over to this day. So I still feel some type of way about him. Anyways, on to the story. So like I said, Brody and Jenny seem to have something going on. It seems like he was really trying to get with her. She seems like she's really trying to get with him. But she masks it as if she's concerned about what's going on in their neighborhood. Bob is not. He's just concerned about covering up this whole police thing and making sure that their police officers look good. Anyway, so fast forward a little bit. Cops end up killing another guy. The video gets out and it's all over TV. So Jenny feels so concerned that she ends up at Brody's doorstep. So of course, this time, Brody also had a dream before that he was sleeping with Jenny, which of course we thought was real. And Bob busted in and tried to shoot him, but that was all a dream. But this is not a dream. So Jenny's there, she's acting concerned, and of course they end up sleeping together, which of course is trouble for Brody. I don't know why he even decided to start this. So I'm here looking at Brody like, don't do it. Jenny is trouble. But wait, before we even go any further, did y'all see the CWA poster in the background? Okay. It says CWA, not NWA, CWA. I'll let y'all slide on that one, B.E.T. So the story continues. Brody's going back and forth on whether or not he wants to testify. And of course, things are made even harder when the police bust in his house and beat up his brother, Troy. So now he's really not decided on whether or not he wants to testify or if he just wants to let this go so that all of this will go away. So the DA, Ray Vance, he is really trying to push Brody to go testify. And he ends up going on Bob's show to try to defend his case and try to defend what's going on with the police. Well, that doesn't end well when Bob, of course, shifts the narrative to try to blame the kid that got shot. So Ray Vance decides that he's not taking this, and he follows Bob back to his house. Real bold, real bold, okay? He's gonna follow him all the way back to his house, but okay, whatever. So he follows him back to the house. They're having this argument, things are going on. Well, they end up walking into the house. Little do they know, Brody and Jenny walking right up the stairs together, looking all coupled up and everything, and of course things go left. So Bob gets up, runs over to Brody, drags him off the stairs, and and throws him down like he on an episode of WWE Raw. So, Bob asked Jenny, did he attack you? Was he forcing you? And of course, Jenny lied and said yes. Oh, he was attacking me, I was afraid. So they called the police come in and choke Brody out right there on the floor. So he dies. So of course that just takes Ray Dance's case. And again, the cops kill another innocent man. So now word gets back to the jungle in Troy, and he hears about his brother getting killed. So now, of course, he's pissed, all of his friends are pissed, and they want justice. So they decided to take matters into their own hands, and they started rioting with the police. Meanwhile, Ray Dance is trying to try this case, but of course with no witness, he's out of luck, and the cops get off. So while all this is going on, old shots are being flashed in the background. You're seeing them in the riot, but you're also seeing old shots of people being hung from a tree. You see a man getting beat by the police that looked like Rodney King, except of course he was white. But just to show that all of this has still been going on and is still continuing to go on. So at the end, they start rolling credits. It looks like people who maybe worked in the show, but turns out it's all of the people who have been killed by the police in the last 5 years, which is over 500 names. It's really sad and really crazy that they had all these names just to roll through here of all the people who've been killed by the police. So, I know there have been mixed reviews about the show. Some people liked it, some people didn't like the role reversal. What I want you guys to do is tell me what you thought. Sound off in the comments and let me know what you thought about this episode. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until our next video, see you next time.